Hello everyone, it's me Sanjay Vasu back again for another video. This time we're going to be doing it on Mathematics Paper 2 of October 2019, Cambridge Secondary 1 Checkpoint. Question 1. Jamila did a survey to find out the cost in dollars and the memory size, gigabytes, of memory sticks for computers. The scatter graph shows the results of a survey. We have a scatter graph here. There's a memory size in the x-axis and cost in the y-axis. 8. Jamila buys a memory stick for $8. Draw a ring around the most likely memory size for her memory stick. So let's see about $8. It'll be somewhere in between this, which means it's either one of these two. But then 8 is closer to 10 than 5, which means it's most likely to be 8 gigabytes. That's the answer. B. Describe the relationship between memory size and the cost of the memory sticks. So if we look at the graph over here, we can see that when the memory size increases this way, the cost also increases because these 2 points, they have a very less cost, but these ones with a higher memory size, they have a higher cost. Therefore, we can say as memory size increases, cost also increases. That's the answer. Question 2. Simplify these power calculations. Give each answer as a power of 6. 6 power 8 divided by 6 squared. That's equal to 6 to the power of 8 minus 2, which equals 6 to the power of 6. That's the answer. B. 3 into 2 into 6 cubed into 6 to the power of 4. 3 into 2 is 6, and that's 6 to the power of 1. Multiplied by 6 to the power of 3, multiplied by 6 to the power of 4, which means we add the powers, which means it's 6 to the power of 8. That's the answer. Question 3. Safia is a tennis player. The bar chart shows the number of matches she played each year from 2010 to 2014. Write down how many matches she lost in 2010. Matches lost is in a light shade of gray, while matches won is in a darker shade. In 2010, this column, she lost this much amount of matches. That's equal to, this line over here is 24. But 10 of them are wins out of the full 24, which means the losses are 24 minus 10, which is 14 losses. That's the answer. Question 4. Write one of the signs in each box to make a statement correct. It's a less than, equal to, or greater than symbol. 0.04 dash 0.040. These are equal. 0.44 dash 0.044. This is greater than because this one has a 4 at the start, but 0.044 has a 0 at the start of the decimal places. 0.404 dash 0.44. This is less than because the first decimal place is the same, but the second decimal place is a 0, but over here is a 4, and 4 is greater than 0. Therefore, this is greater than that. Question 5. The diagram shows a cube and the cuboid. Tick to show which has the larger volume. You must show how you calculated the answer. First of all, let's calculate the volumes of each. The volume of cube is equal to the side cubed. 6 cubed is 216 centimeters cubed. The volume of the cuboid is equal to length into breadth into height, which is equal to 5 into 7 into 6. Get is 210 centimeters cubed. 216 is greater than 210, so cube has the higher volume or larger volume. Therefore, we tick the answer as cube. Question 6. Lily has 7 cards. A. She picks a card at random. Write down the probability that she picks a card that has a circle on it. Total, she has 7 cards. Number with a circle is 1, 2, 3. That means the probability is 3 out of 7 or 3 by 7. B. Lily is given 1 more card. The probability of picking a random card with its square on it is now 1 by 2. Draw a ring around the shape that must be on the new card. Originally, the probability of a square is 3 by 7. Now, if we add 1 more card, this will become 3 by 8 if it's not a square, and if it's a square, it'll become 4 by 8. 4 by 8 is equal to 1 by 2. That means the last card which she has added must be a square. Question 7. Factorize 6x plus 12y minus 3z. Out of this, the highest common factor is 3, which means we can say this as 3 into 2x plus 4y minus z. This is the answer. Question 8. Chen and Yuri both travel to work along the same route. Here's a travel graph showing their journeys. A. Write down the distance that they travel to work. We have a distance time graph over here which they call as travel graph. So distance that they travel will be the ending distance right there. And at these points, the distance is 22.5 kilometers. Therefore, that is what we will write. B. Chen passes Yuri on his way to work. Write down the time at which Chen passes Yuri. We can see that Chen starts later but goes faster. And the time over here when they intersect is the time when Chen passes Yuri. The time at that is the middle of 7:40 and 8 o'clock, which means it is 7:50. C. Chen's journey takes 23 minutes. Work out how much longer Yuri's journey takes. This journey of Chen takes 23 minutes. For Yuri, it takes from 7:20 till the number between 8:20 and 8:40, which is 8:30. When we subtract 7:20, we get 1 hour and then 10 minutes. Therefore, it takes a total of 1 hour and 10 minutes. And then when we subtract 23 minutes, we can get this out as 70 minutes. And then at the end, we get the answer as 47 minutes. And that is the extra time that's taken by Yuri, 47 minutes. Question 9. Rajiv wants to buy 90 light bulbs. You can buy them from the Germany or the United States. In Germany, a pack of 6 light bulbs costs 33 euros. In the United States, a pack of 3 light bulbs costs $18. The exchange rate is 1 euro equals $1.1. Work out how much Rajiv can save by buying his 90 light bulbs from the United States. Give your answer in dollars. First of all, let's find out how much 6 light bulbs costs in Germany in dollars. 1 euro equals $1.1, so 33 euros is equal to 33 into 1.1, and we can get our calculator out now. Here it is, 33 into 1.1, which is 36.3, and that is in dollars. Actually, we'll write it as 36.30. Now, we can see that this is the cost of 6 bulbs. Now, for 90 light bulbs, it'll be 36.3 multiplied by 15, because 90 is 6 into 15. When you multiply it by 15, it'll become $544.5. Now we can find out for the United States. A pack of 3 light bulbs costs $18. That means 90 bulbs in the US will be 18 into 30, because 90 is equal to 3 into 30. 18 into 30, when we calculate this out, it is $540, which is less than 544.5. Now we can subtract these two to get the answer as the amount of money saved as $4.50. And that is the answer which we can write. This is how much Rajiv can save. Question 10. Write the missing numbers in the boxes to make the statements correct. A. 15% of 40 is 1 by 5 of dash. First, 15% of 40 is 6. And 6 is 1 by 5 of dash. When you multiply something by 1 by 5, we'll name it as x. We get 6. That means x is equal to 6 into 5 by 1, which is equal to 30. Therefore, we can write it as 30 here. Now, B. Dash percent of 150 is 2 by 3 of 90. We can see here that we get a percentage as an answer. We cannot write it as a decimal. 2/3 of 90 is equal to 60. Now let's take this percentage as y. So y% is equal to y by 100. So y by 100 into 150 is equal to 60. That means y into 1.5 is 60. Y is equal to 60 by 1.5. For that, we get the answer as 40. That means 40% of 150 is equal to 60. And that's 2 by 3 of 90. Now we can move on to question 11. 4 lines are shown on the grid. A. Draw a ring around the line that has equation y equals 4. Y equals 4 means it is a horizontal line. That means it can only be one answer, line C. If we check it, all the points on line C have y equals 4. That's why we can say line C is the answer. B. Line E is parallel to line A and passes through the point -2, 5. Write down the equation of line E. If line E is parallel to line A, that means it is also a vertical line. And if it passes through the point -2, 5, let's mark this on the graph. It passes through this point. That means it's a straight line which goes through there as a vertical line. All the points on this line have x value of -2. Therefore, this line here is x equals -2. That's all. That's the answer. Question 12. Angelique has some building blocks. The blocks are red or green or yellow or blue. A. There are 4 times as many blue blocks as green blocks. Angelique picks a block at random. Complete the table to show the probability of picking each color. So if there are 4 times as many blue blocks as green blocks, if green is x, that means blue is 4x. Which means now, when we add this up, 0.25 plus 5x is equal to 1. Because the total probability is always 1. 5x is equal to 0.75 when we subtract 1 minus 0.25. X will be equal to 0.75 by 5. And over here, the answer will be 0.15. So that means green is 0.15. Blue is 4 into 0.15, which is equal to 0.6. So you can write that. That's the answer. B. Angelique picks 2 blocks at random. Complete the sample space diagram showing all the possible outcomes for the colors of our 2 blocks. We have red, that means RR. Because red is represented as R. Green is represented as G, yellow as Y, blue as B. That's why we have BR over here, because block 1 is above block 2. Next is RG, RY, RB, and YY over here. These are all the outcomes which have been given. Now we can just write the ones which have not been given. GR, GG, GY, GB, YR, YG, YY is already given, YB. BR already given, now BG, BY, BB. So this is the answer for the question. Question 13. The diagram shows a rectangle of length x centimeters and width y centimeters. This diagram is not to scale. A. Write down an equation that shows the perimeter of the rectangle is 65 centimeters. We know that the perimeter is equal to 2 into the length plus the breadth. If the perimeter is 65, and that's 2 into the length x plus the width y. And that's all. 2 into x plus y is equal to 65. That's all. B. Write down an equation that shows the length of the rectangle is 4 times the width. That means that x is 4 times of y. And this means x is equal to 4y. Use this to work out the value of x. X equals 4y, which means we can substitute this equation into this. 2 into 4y plus y is equal to 65. 2 into 5y, which is 10y, is equal to 65. Y is equal to 6.5. We can substitute that in this equation. X is equal to 4 into 6.5. And this is equal to 26. That's the answer. Question 40. Aiko has these number cards. Aiko chooses 2 of the cards and she multiplies the numbers together. Find the maximum possible answer she can get. We know that we need to get a positive number. And to get that, we can multiply a positive into positive or a negative into negative. Positive into positive means 3 into 5 is 15. Now negative into negative. Negative 4 into negative 2 is equal to 8. Nope. Negative 8 into negative 2 is 16. It's greater than 15. Negative 8 into negative 4, that's 32. And there's no other possible answer which is greater than 32. The answer is 32, which is negative 8 into negative 4. Question 15. Complete the gaps in these statements. These 4 ones here. The first one has been done for you. 1250 meters is equal to 1.25 kilometers. Now, the second one. Dash centimeters is equal to 45.2 millimeters. So, x centimeters is equal to 1 by 10 of the millimeters. That means 45.2 into 1 by 10 is equal to this divided by 10. That means we can say 4.52 centimeters. 0.604 liters equals dash milliliters. So 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliters. That means this is equal to that multiplied by 1000. 0.604 into 1000 is 604 milliliters. 1.87 dash is equal to 1870 kilograms. First of all, 1870 kilograms is a lot and it's more than 1000, which means it is something which is a higher unit than this because it's 1.87 and this is lower. So the unit must have a higher number. 1000 kilograms is equal to 1 ton. The answer is tons. Question 16. Write down the inverse of this function. So we have this function y equals 2x. Just need to write the inverse. What we do with this is, first let's replace the values of x and y. What that means is that we switch the places of x and y in this function. That means x equals to y. Now for this function, x equals to y, you make y the subject. So when you make y the subject, the 2 will go to the other side and it will be divided by. That means y is equal to x divided by 2. That's the answer. Question 17. Here are 2 pie charts showing how students in different groups travel to school. Group A, 72, and Group B, 108 students. Argument says the same proportion of students travel by bus in both groups. Tick to show whether argument is correct or not. Explain. The answer is correct. Proportion means according to the number, when you make it as a fraction, both of them have same number which go to school by bus. Over here, 70 degrees is 70 by 360. And 70 by 360 are both the same fractions for both pie charts. That's what we show by. 70 by 360 is the fraction or proportion for both groups or pie charts. That's the answer. Question 18. The diagram shows points A, B, and C plotted on a grid. D is another point. D has the same y coordinate as A, and CD is parallel to BA. Write down the coordinates of D. If CD is parallel to BA, that means that it is having the same gradient as the line BA, this line. So this line here, y equals mx plus c. So the m of this is going downwards, so it's a negative, and we can measure 1 step right means 2 steps down, 1 step right, 2 steps down, and you go like that, which means that the gradient is minus 2. Y equals minus 2 x plus the y-intercept, which is one more like that, and that's negative 5. And so it's not a plus, it's a minus 5. That's what we shall write. This is the line. That means this is the first line, which I shall draw over here. Now the second line will be CD. That's equal to this one. Y equals minus 2x plus c. That c is something unknown. Now D has the same y coordinate as A, and the y coordinate of A is 3. So D is somewhere in this line. Now if we take the gradient and see, first we take this kind of line, do the same thing over here. It crosses at this point. this point is 2, 3. And also, when this thing goes up, over here will be 6 and a 7. First of all, this constant is actually 7. And D is the point 2, 3. So D is equal to 2, 3. If you want, you can check it. Substitute it into this. 3 is equal to negative 2 into 2 plus 7. 3 is equal to negative 4 plus 7, which is equal to 3. And that's correct. Therefore, D is equal to 2, 3. Question 19. Quadrilaterals P, Q, R, and S are shown on the grid. Complete the descriptions of each transformation. A. Quadrilateral dash is a reflection of quadrilateral P in the line with equation dash. B. Quadrilateral dash is a rotation of quadrilateral P by dash degrees clockwise about the point dash. Quadrilateral dash is a reflection of quadrilateral P over here. So there's only one which can be reflected, and that's quadrilateral S. Because this, when we invert it horizontally to a mirror, it becomes like this. And remember, horizontally, that means it's a horizontal line. Horizontal lines are always y equals something lines. And over here, let's take these 2 points. The middle of that is this point. And also this. These are all equal distance from these 2 points. And that line is y equals 1. Because all the points have y coordinate 1. B. Quadrilateral dash is a rotation of quadrilateral P by dash degrees clockwise about the point dash, dash. So first, which one is only possible to be a rotation? Can be S, that's a reflection. R is the same thing as P, just translated or moved somewhere else, which means it can be R, it's Q. And now by dash degrees clockwise. If we rotate this 90 degrees clockwise, it becomes Q. If we just rotate it, tilt the angle of the screen, we can see that P becomes the same shape as Q. That's all, 90 degrees. About the point dash. Let's take these 2 points which are corresponding. Now, they're equal distance from all the points on the line x equals 0. I shall remove this line for clarity. Now these 2 points. Now if we take it, which point in this line can make these 2 also be equal distance? Take the origin. This is 4 down and 3 right. This is 4 right and 3 up. Makes sense. Because they're just different directions as it's rotated. That means the point is 0, 0. Question 20. The position to term rule for a sequence is position into 6 plus 2 term. A. Work out the second term of the sequence. Position is 2. 2 into 6 plus 2. That's equal to 12 plus 2, 14. That's the answer. B. Complete the term to term rule for the sequence. So if we take the first term, it'll be 1 into 6 plus 2, 8. Second will be 14. Third will be 3 into 6 plus 2, which is 20. All these, we add 6. Therefore, the answer is add 6. Question 21. Construct an inscribed regular hexagon A, B, C, D, E, F inside the circle. Vertex A over here is marked. Leave in your construction lines. For this, we just need one compass. Let's get that out. Let's put the compass point at the middle and now move this to the point A. Now we can see the mark over there. Now let's put the compass at the point A and draw an arc upwards to make another point. We will label this later. Now we can make another. Now we just always put the construction of the compass at the intersection between the arc which you've drawn and the circle. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, If you draw another arc, it goes through point A right there. Now all we have to do is connect the 6 points, which are the intersections between the arcs and the circle's circumference. Alright, this is actually a regular hexagon. Now all we have to do is label it. A is over here. Now you can put a B, C, D, E, F for each of the points. If we measure all of the 6 sides here, we always get them equal. And we measure all of the 6 angles, they will always be equal because this is a regular hexagon. And because it's a regular hexagon, this is actually 120 degrees and they're all the same. Say that the side lengths are equal, we use these dashed lines. So this is how you construct an inscribed regular hexagon inside a circle. Question 22. A garage sells vehicles. 40% are vans and 25% of the vans are red. The garage has 12 red vans. I'll work out how many vehicles the garage has for sale altogether. So first we find out the percentage of red vans out of total vehicles. We just multiply these two percentages together and then divide by 100. It's equal to 40 into 25 by 100. Cancel. 1, 4, 10, 1. That's equal to 10%. And that's equal to 12 vans. And they are in red color. So total equals 12 into 100 by 10%. That's equal to 12 into 10, which is equal to 120 vehicles. That's the answer. Question 23. The diagram shows Hassan's garden. 1 meter cube of soil has a mass of 1.2 tons. Hassan buys 30 tons of soil. He spreads the soil evenly over his garden. Calculate the depth in centimeters of soil he spreads on his garden. 30 tons of soil is 30 divided by 1.2. That's equal to 25 meters cubed of soil. Now the area of the garden is equal to 20 into 16. That's equal to 320 meters squared of area on his garden. 25 meters cubed is equal to 25 into 100 into 100 3 times because it's meters cubed and 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Therefore, it's 25 into 1 million. That's 25 million centimeters cubed. Now, 320 meters squared is equal to 320 into 100 into 100. 2 times only because it's meters squared to the power 2. And this will be equal to 320 into 10,000, which is 3,200,000. That's equal to 3,200,000 centimeters squared. Now we simply divide this. Let's get our calculator out. 25 million divided by 3.2 million. Can cancel out 5 zeros. 250 divided by 32 is equal to 7.8125 centimeters of depth that he spread on his garden. That's the answer. Question 24. A solid cuboid is made from 60 cubes, each with side length of 1 centimeter. The front elevation of the cuboid is shown in the diagram. This means that this has 3 centimeters in height and 5 centimeters in length. Total area is 15 centimeters squared. So if we have 4 layers of the same thing, we can get 60, which means 60 centimeters cubed, because the total volume is 60 centimeters cubed and 15 into 4 is equal to 60. The plan view will make it as, let's just finish this cuboid right now. This length over here will be 4 centimeters. Therefore, the plan view will be a 5 by 4 rectangle. And this over here is our plan view. That's the answer. Question 25. The square of a number is 64. Write down the two possible values for it. That means that the number is just root 64, which is equal to plus or minus 8. That means it can be either positive 8 or negative 8. That's the answer. Question 26. Two lines with equations x plus 2y equals 18 and 3x minus y equals 5 are drawn on the grid. Use the graph to find the solution to these simultaneous equations. Using the graph, we can just see where these graph lines intersect. It intersects at the point x equals 4, y equals 7. So the answer is x equals 4, y equals 7. And that's the end of our paper. And that's the end of this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.